Okay, we install the SSIS on node 2. Let us verify the cluster now. This is the SSIS cluster. Right click on the network name, go to the advanced policies. Now we will see both the nodes. Okay, and if you ever need to change the IP address, right click on that IP address and you can change the IP address here. Okay, so this is how you set up the SSIS clustering. Okay, so now we'll go and see what else we have in the list. We covered clustering SSIS here, so point E is covered. Now we need to do the clustering for the SSIS. Okay, before installing SSIS, we need to have a disk for SSIS to store the packages or configuration files or whatever it is. Okay, so we need to have IP address for the SSIS, and it's better to keep the SSIS outside the SQL Server resource group. Okay, so we can create a separate resource group for SSIS, just for SSIS. Okay, but clustering SSIS is not recommended. Microsoft doesn't recommend clustering SSIS. Okay, because there are a lot of problems. So it's better to not to cluster the integration services. We can assign, we can have a dedicated different SSIS box, things like that. But clustering, really not many people do that. But still, if you want to do the clustering, there is a way. How we do that? We just need to create a generic resource group and add the SSIS service into that group. Okay, give the IP address and disk. So we are done with SSIS clustering. Okay, we will look into that. For that, let's go to the node 1 and start installing SSIS on that. Okay, before installing, we need to create a disk and add the disk to the cluster and create the generic group. Okay, so to create the shared disk, again we need to go to the domain controller box, because that's where we have the iSCSI targets. MB should be fine. Okay, we created SSIS target disk. Okay, now it will be available for both the nodes. We will go to each and every node, node 1 and node 2. Go to iSCSI initiator, discover is there, targets, refresh, you will see the newly added disk. Connect to that. Every time when we restart the server, it will automatically connect. So similarly, okay, now we will go and format the disk. Go to the computer management. Go to the disk management. you will see the newly added disk at the bottom. Okay, this is the disk that just we added. Make it online, initialize the disk, create a volume name and format it, and J drive, that is fine, NTFS, and that is the volume name, SSIS disk. Okay, click next, finish. Okay, SSIS disk, let us format it again because it formatted, but let's format it again. Okay, we formatted, and this is the J drive. Go to the node 1, do the same thing and add the disk. This is node 2. Go to the iSCSI initiator, and now we have the storage available over IP. So refresh this list of disks that are available, click log on, likewise we go to the computer management and make the disk, shared disk, online so that we can add the disk to the cluster. Okay, this is offline. This is the disk that we just added. Make it online, and it should be fine because it is already formatted by node 1. And now we can add the disk to the cluster. Okay, go to the storage section, add the disk. Okay, as you can see, it is already selected. Okay, click OK. Now you have the disk available for us to use. SSIS can use this disk for clustering. Okay, now what I will do, I will create an empty service. Okay, configure a service. I will create a generic empty service. Okay, not this way, probably more action. Yeah, here you see that create empty service or application, select, click that. Okay, this is our SSIS resource group. Okay, right click on that, go to the properties, instead of some default name, type SSIS group. Okay, we are not going to select any node as a preferred node. Okay, we are going to live wherever we are, so just say okay. Okay, now we need to install SSIS on both the machines, node 1 and node 2. Okay, for this we need to select this option, new standalone installation or add features to the existing installation. Add features to the existing installation, not possible with SQL, not possible with clusters. We can say new standalone installation. That is what we are doing now, new standalone SSIS installation on node 1. Because SSIS is not cluster aware. Similarly, we can go to node 2 and parallelly install SSIS on that box. Okay. I'm parallelly installing SSIS on both the nodes. Okay, there are no errors. Click next. Perform new installation of SQL Server 2008. Okay. Yeah, that is what we need to do. Select the integration services. Click next. Okay, let's go to node 2. Okay, there the installation is asking. Okay, there are no errors. Okay, click next. Right now I am in node 2. Okay, I'm doing the same thing on node 2. Okay, again perform new installation of SQL Server 2008 on node 2. That is fine. Go ahead. Enterprise evaluation, that is fine. Accept license, of course. Select integration services. Click next. Let's go to the node 1. Okay, there we are in the final steps. Click next. I'm going to use